Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're unpacking something that seems, incredibly simple on the surface, but it holds a surprising depth. The environmental footprint of the furniture all around us. You interact with it every day, yet its story goes far beyond just, well, what it looks like.
It's really true. For centuries, solid wood was the gold standard for furniture. It was celebrated as, renewable, recyclable, biodegradable, and durable.
The ideal material, basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But the modern furniture industry, it's dramatically diversified. We now see widespread adoption of what are called wood-based materials, such as particle boards, fiberboards, and plywood.
Okay, the engineered stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And of course, you've got upholstery fabrics, metal accessories, and glass components.
Yeah.
Those are now absolutely crucial, not just for function, but for aesthetics, too.
So our mission for this deep dive is to really understand how this incredibly diverse material palette creates significant environmental challenges. And these challenges pop up throughout the product lifecycle.
From start to finish.
Yeah, and when we say product lifecycle, we mean everything. From getting the raw materials, manufacturing, transport, how you use it, and then, disposal or recycling. The problems range from deforestation and pollution to carbon emissions, big stuff.
And don't forget waste. Furniture production generates waste, from wood scraps to discarded items, which just adds to the problem.
Right. But here's where it gets interesting. The industry isn't just sitting by, it's actually shifting towards sustainable practices, really emphasizing recycling and waste reduction. So it's clear furniture is far from just simple wood. We've sort of peeled back the layers on these engineered materials. Let's dig a bit deeper into what makes them such a double-edged sword environmentally.
Absolutely. So look, solid wood is renewable and valued for its beauty, no question.
Right.
But its processing can be quite energy intensive. Think about kiln drying or shipping at long distances.
Right.
What's truly critical to grasp, though, is how engineered wood products like particle board, MDF, plywood, and lightweight panels dominate modern furniture.
They're everywhere.
Exactly. They're affordable, they offer great stability. That's why they're so common. However, and this is key, the choices made in their adhesives are paramount.
Glues.
Yes, the glues. Not just for quality, but really for their recyclability later on. Many common glues, like ones with formaldehyde, make these panels incredibly difficult, sometimes impossible, to recycle.
So they just end up in landfill.
Often, yes. Instead of being part of a circular economy, the real innovation here is moving towards bio-based or deconstructible adhesives that allow for easier material separation. Makes a huge difference.
And it's not just the wood-based elements we need to consider, is it? What about all those other bits, the fabrics, metals, glass? They make up so much of what we actually use.
Precisely. These complementary materials, fabrics, metals, and glass, they also significantly contribute to the overall environmental footprint. Think about a sofa, for instance. You've got the foam, the fabric, the springs.
With its own impact.
Exactly. Each has its own complex environmental story.
Yeah.
For textiles, though, we're seeing some really exciting shifts. Things like using recycled PET plastics, from bottles, or innovative bio-based fibers. These often need far less water and energy than traditional cotton.
That sounds promising.
It is. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the shift towards truly sustainable practices is paramount. It has to be. This means prioritizing things like certified wood, wood from forests managed responsibly,
Okay.
and low-emission boards that cut down on VOCs, those volatile organic compounds, and formaldehyde in our homes, healthier air. Plus, increasing the use of recycled plastics and metals alongside eco-textiles. All of this helps to reduce environmental harm.
It sounds like a whole system approach is needed.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Which also brings up the question, how do we minimize waste across the entire product lifecycle? The answer really lies in things like smart reuse, finding ways to give furniture a second life, using green finishes that avoid harsh chemicals, and rethinking packaging, moving towards recyclable packaging.
So, after this deep dive, it's clear it's about much more than just a pretty design, isn't it? We've seen the surprising complexity in something as everyday as a chair or a table. Understanding the materials, their journey, it seems key.
Yeah.
What stands out is the sheer scale of the industry's impact, but also, like you said, its capacity for radical transformation towards sustainability.
Let me try and summarize the key points then. Solid wood. Still valuable, but has its own processing considerations. Yeah. Then you have the engineered wood products. They dominate modern furniture because they're practical, affordable.
Yeah.
But that makes the adhesive choices absolutely critical for recyclability down the road.
Right, the glue issue again?
And don't forget those other materials, fabrics, metals, and glass. They're equally significant contributors to the overall footprint. But the most important takeaway, I think, is this paramount shift towards sustainability. Prioritizing materials like certified wood, low-emission boards, recycled plastics and metals, and eco-textiles. That's how we reduce environmental harm. And alongside that, minimizing waste through smart reuse, green finishes, and recyclable packaging. It all has to work together.
Okay, so with all that in mind, let's bring it back to that famous Steve Jobs quote. Design is not just what it looks like and feels like, design is how it works.
Mm.
How does that philosophy apply when you really consider the entire life cycle, the environmental impact of the furniture you encounter and choose every single day? What hidden work, maybe good or bad, is your furniture doing for or maybe to the planet? Something to think about.